Hi guys, I've got to run out and get some, oh look at my hair, it's a mess. I have to run out and get some picture wire. I've got the eyelet eyes, but I've finished pen mounting the yellow submarine. So as you can see, it's pretty taut. I actually didn't go back and iron it. Yes, I'm bratty. But when I was telling you guys, hi Ravina, what time is it in Italy? Thanks, Pumpkin. What time is it? Anyway, when I was telling you to stick the pen in or either mine or the corner, I see how I've laid it parallel. I think that's the proper word to use. I don't know. Last night it was eluding me. I slept without my drugs. 5 p.m. Wow. Dinner time for us. I don't know if you guys eat earlier or later. But I did pens on this, and I laid it so it wouldn't go through the the foam core. But when I didn't tell you last night, I realized I'm not saying as much, but I'm starting to my brain is skipping ahead and I forget to tell you everything all at once. I'm going to try to finish it. You eat later, 7 or 8. That's the time I usually go to bed over here because I'm older. Anyway, I take the corners and I push them in and I have them set so they're going to just be pulled back. It's tea time now. Oh, I could go for some tea time. I haven't even had breakfast. And look, it's like 11 o'clock here. Hi, Jan. Anyway, as I told you guys last night on the pen mounting, I used the quilting thread, and I counted out. I started with 40 threads, and I think I went a little past that because we went 1.25 inches. I can't remember. I didn't write it down. But what you do is whatever your fabric is, if you know you've given it at least 1 inch around your design, you at least count out that many threads, not by 2, but by 1, because 40 threads is by the inch. So if you had 32, you'd count out 32. And what I do is, I didn't go tell you where I marked it last night, is I take the pens and I will put them in the ditch when I count out, and then I'll mark it with the pen, and then I start adjusting the pens on both sides. Like if I go 2 on the left, I go 2 on the right. And then once I get it all straight, and I put it over the foam core and know that it's going to be taut. Like I pull it. You want it where loosely the threads are sitting on the edge of the foam core cut, maybe slightly over. So when you pull it, see how my basting thread is pretty much in the middle of the foam core. I was lucky. It's almost straight. So maybe someone else came and did this for me last night. Some of my pens are sticking out a little bit, but it fits in this frame very well. So I'm not going to really worry about that. And then as you see, there is approximately a little over 1/4 inch between on this. This is a veneer. This is just we couldn't find the exact frame. My framer didn't have it, but this is pretty close. I'm really lucky. Kimberly at Frame Up 2 off of 120 in Kennesaw she does a lot of my work, and she had a stick that was left from another project, and I was able to get that at a good price. And like I told you guys, I don't use glass. If you wanted to, you could probably put some spacers or get some 1 or 2, probably 2-ply cotton mat board, and you could cut it the size of your lip and put it on there so your wood's not pressing on your fabric. But I don't really worry about that. And she doesn't put the putty or the molding mud on here to fix any hiccups in the frame, if there is any, especially with real wood. Sometimes it'll splinter because I don't put glass on my pieces, so that might rub off and come on. But I've got to run out and get the wire. So what I'm going to do, I'm just teasing you that I'm going to do this, I'm going to go get the wire because it is crazy stupid. And I guess some of you realized, or if you saw what I did last night, that the drugs I've been taking for my fractured ribs made me really spacey. But even before the drugs, I sort of thought that Christmas was on Thursday, and I found out yesterday it's on Wednesday. Good thing I found out. But I panicked and ran all around and did whatever I needed, most of what I needed to do, and it was just nasty out there with people driving crazy. So I need to run and get the framing wire. I need to or the hanging wire, and then I need to go and get a couple other things. So I will be popping back on, and I will show you how I use the glazer gun, which is, it's just really putting it down and go, and I do a couple around it, and then I will be I'll show you how to work with the double-sided tape that I get from the framer, and then I'm going to show you putting on the dust cover on the back. I've not really looked because my glazer gun was my grandfather's, and then my father had it, and then I have it. Hi, Mary. Good morning. Waving back at you, hopefully. Oh, thank you, Ramina. I know, I'm bratty, but I just don't like glass over textiles, and all these newer ones. I mean, there's gas. I mean, like the ones that they're supposed to be clear and everything. I've heard of the gases that get released in them, and I have seen some damaged pieces just from glass. And sometimes it can trap the moisture in there, and you can get, my hair's all funky. You can get mold growing. I just love textiles, and I love the fact that I can touch it if I want to. There's a few pieces I have when I first started that have glass on them, and they were personal pieces, not business pieces. But when I quickly realized with business, if you do trunk shows or you take them to show, you don't want the glass. You don't want to be shipping all that weight. And then I just don't like glass on it. But yes, back to you, Jan. Yeah, fixing my faucet the other night, I had to lean on the lip of the cabinet and do everything for the cold water, not seeing it. And I was laying on my 2 ribs while I was doing it. And because I was moving all around and rubbing on it, I just thought I bruised it, but I fractured my 2 bottom ribs. Yeah, not good, because breathing and driving, it's getting better because my doctor was telling me to try to do my yoga stretches, which I thought she was insane, but that helps your body core. So it's supporting me, and I did the thing. I've slept in a little, but I took the drugs that she gave me for pain, and they were making me way loopy stupid. So last night I slept without it, but I'm sleeping on a heating pad because I do have probably some bruising too, along with the ribs. It's hurting a little more because I was more active yesterday. I did this on Wednesday. So I'm going to run around and do some things, and I'm trying to slow it down and rest. I'm not going to die not die, but do dying till tomorrow possibly, because it's raining. But I had 2 water events. Miguel's toilet started leaking, and which should have been an easy fix. But of course I bought a house that's bourgeois, complicated like me. My toilet needs a special rubber washer. Wait a minute, I'm reading something from Mary Seymour. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, you guys can't see this. Mary's telling me that even the Textile Institute of the Metropolitan Museum of Art allows people to touch very old textiles with bare hands, no more gloves. They say the chemicals used in washing the gloves is worse than the bare hands. That's true. If you really wash your hands, and I don't know if you've seen, I think my friend Vicky put it up on a mold culture. Actually washing your hands. Hi, Carol. Carol, I'm just telling everyone that I'm going to really show how to finish the framing, because I pin mounted, but I haven't put the glazer points in, but I got to run out and get the wire. But anyway, washing your hands with real soap instead of this antibacterial, there's less germs, less everything, just using real soap. So that's a thing to do. But yeah, I think they also, Mary, going back to you, I'm jumping all around. I'm trying not to do that, guys. The thing that I've read, I haven't been to a museum or gone to a lecture gone to a lecture in a while, but the last thing I read, and I'm one of the last lectures I was at, which is a little while ago, they're starting to realize that after they took the textiles off of their original frames, if they were framed pieces, they're starting to deteriorate faster than ones that they left intact. So this whole thing of taking everything off and getting it away from the wood and blah, 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 is more harmful to the textiles than leaving them as is, unless there's really a problem, like you have bugs. You can take it apart and vacuum it, because they've got these special little vacuums like you would use on your computer. Like, it's tiny little hose, and it's got like netting over it, so it won't like suck everything up. But yeah, they're starting to realize leaving things as is better than actually doing anything to it. And the other thing, there's a soap, I forgot what, I think it's called Orbis. I don't remember that whole name, but you can buy it from feed stores. It's used on horses and their manes and their hair. That's a good thing if you need to wash your textiles. It's like washing it with soda ash, but this is even better for it if you have to wash. But try not to, because you don't know. A lot of these things were vegetable dyed and they weren't set very well. So you don't want to wash things unless you absolutely have to. And really just vacuuming it or getting these very soft sable brushes and brushing and just having it on netting so that dirt will fall through. It's like carpet. Just getting the dirt through is really better for it. But anyway, I just am going to do this quick. I'm going, but yes, Jan, yikes. It was ridiculous, though. My doctor doesn't think that I have a calcium issue. She just thinks it's the way I was laying and really putting pressure on those ribs. But anyway, I'm going to run out, and hopefully I will live through going out again near Christmas and get that wire. I'll get back on and show you guys how to do the back and do the dust cover and putting the eyelet eyes on the frame and how I do it. And if a lot of people, I don't know what the proper name, because they have one now that shoots, they're almost like big industrial staples now they use, because framers don't use glazer points. Some of them do, but not really anymore, because people don't glaze their windows but the glazer points are diamonds, and you would shoot them into the side of a window or wherever you're going to put your glass, and then you would put putty around it, take your finger and do that and let it dry, and then you paint. So my grandfather was a carpenter. My dad did some carpentry and taught me, and I've done some, but I inherited this thing. So it's been through 3 generations of Hodgeses. That's my maiden name. So it's now a Talletto. So I'm not sure who's going to take this from me after I pass on. But anyway, I will see you guys in a little bit. Thank you. Love you. Whoever's sending me the love. I'm going to run out, do this thing, hopefully not get killed or not want to kill anyone. But I am going back to Home Depot, which the other night was crazy stupid, because they told me that, oh, thank you, Dan, it was you. They closed early on daylight savings time because they didn't want their employees driving home when it was darker. And I'm like, okay, after dusk, it doesn't get darker. Dark is dark. But they tried to convince me that between 9 and 10, it just gets darker. So I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. And these people are running loose and they think that I'm weird. Okay. I am going this time. I will see you guys in a little bit. And then I have listed a few more things. I know we're all doing Christmas stuff. Enjoy the moment. Take time. Romina, I'm sorry, mispronounced your name. Send me some of that tea, because I didn't get my breakfast. Bye, guys.